Most of the transactions of these so-called pedigree dogs is in cash, and this is not even reported to the income tax people. More than 60% of all dog bites are by owned pet animals.
Hello Federal viewers, I am with Mr. Chinny Krishna. He is the former Vice Chairman of the Animal Welfare Board of India. Hello sir.
Hello.
Sir, there were recent incidences where two Rottweilers injured and attacked a 5-year-old child in Chennai, and after that incident there are many complaints being filed with the Chennai Corporation that the pet dogs are causing a lot of trouble in the apartments and in the public places. How to balance this situation, sir?
I offer my very sincere regrets for the mauling of the child. It's not the dog's fault, it's really the owner's fault, because the owner should not have taken it to a public place without it being muzzled, or at least on a leash, number one. Number two, I don't think the watchman of the park should have allowed the dogs in when the rule is that the dogs have to be on a leash. Number three, and most important, there are a lot of people using this as an excuse who have grudges against other apartment people would start complaining about the nuisance or so-called problems given by the other dogs in that area. Most of these can be written off as motivated or false.
Okay, sir. In these instances, why often children and disabled people, they become very vulnerable and attacked by the dogs?
Yeah, because the dogs are smart. Number one, they won't attack something who's obviously bigger than them. Disabled people and the children are about the same height. If you don't make eye contact with any dog on the street, the dog will not even look at you. It's when you look at the eye, it's like asking a question, are you daring me to do something? That's the reason that happens. So if the children unfortunately are not trained in how to react to a dog.
Sir, why these pet dogs become aggressive? They are tamed, right? They are taken care at home. Why do they become so aggressive?
Pet dogs are not only territorial, they are attached to the owners. So if anybody comes in and is aggressive with the owner, they would tend to attack. Number one. Number two, a study done about 5 years or 6 years ago by PFA Goa clearly indicates that more than 60% of all dog bites are by owned pet animals.
Sir, in these kind of instances, when a dog bites a person, what should be the reaction by the pet owner and as well as the person who was affected? What should be the first reaction? What should they do?
Number one, the pet owner has no business. The first thing that any person who takes upon himself the responsibility of having an animal as a pet in his house is to practice responsible pet ownership. That includes ensuring that the animal is vaccinated, it's sterilized if it's possible, unless he's a breeder. And in case he's a breeder, that he should follow the law. The law tells you that all breeders should be registered with the local authority. They should have done that. They don't, most of them don't. The breeders don't want to do it for the very simple reason, most of the transactions of these so-called pedigree dogs is in cash. And this is not even reported to the income tax people. So it's a source of black money for them, unaccounted money, number one. Number two, no rules are followed when the dogs are being bred indiscriminately. They are supposed to be impregnated for the sake of breeding, maybe 3 or 4 times in their lifetime. These dogs are made pregnant every 6 months. They become nothing more than puppy mills for most people. That's why the Kennel Club of India has certain criteria which they insist their members follow. Besides the dog being microchipped, every dog has to be bred only a certain number of times at a certain frequency.
Sir, are there any, can you give us any suggestions on what are the dog breeds that are suitable for the Indian cities? Do we have that kind of a list, or how do we select a pet?
Any dog that is developed in the local conditions would be suitable. Any dog which you find in Tibet, for example, would have long hair. You go to Ooty, you will find most dogs having hair. In the plains, you will find most of them with very, very little fur. Those are the dogs that are supposed to be used. We are all Indians. Let us adopt and look after Indian dogs. Why are we hankering after these foreign breeds?
Sir, if at all a dog breeder or a dog lover, if they want to have a dog like Rottweiler or many other varieties of dogs, what should they keep in mind?
Number one, as I said, they should practice responsible pet ownership. Number two, they should ensure that all vaccinations are up to date. Number three, if they take it to any public area, the dog should be muzzled and on a leash.